Corey, talk with me about your new collection for Hancock Moore and Maitland-Smith.
So I am so excited that this market we are going to be unveiling our expanded collections with Hancock Moore and Maitland-Smith. And we're just so excited to see the collection grow to the point where it justifies the need to have its own dedicated space. So we have a foyer, a dining room, a living room, a family room, a bedroom, a study.
How about taking us on a tour?
All right, very good. Right now we're in the foyer, our entryway. We have here a combination of returning pieces from past markets as well as our new introductions. We're also getting into a new category of production for Maitland-Smith, specifically accessories. So we are unveiling for this market for the very first time our own bespoke accessories collection. We also have new end tables, for example, this beautiful Beth table wrapped in this really fantastic raffia element. It's a beautiful, understated, clean line silhouette with a really spectacular scallop detail on the lip there. Our top selling chairs, the Doxon is back here, showing this really pretty kind of butterscotch yellow leather with a quilted end back. We have the Josephine center table here once again with the beautiful lacquer finish, eglomisé top, and also a little bit of eglomisé and brass banding on the base. So coming into the dining room, we have our Serenity dining table showing this really handsome ceruse finish, surrounded by the Brielle chairs here, both armless and with arms in the host positions. It's transitional, it has two leads, so it can really expand to a very large size from 88 inches to 132 inches in length, giving you great versatility for entertaining your friends and family in a dining setting. We also have here the Morgan credenza. What I love about this piece is that it's finished on both sides. So both the interior and the exterior are both finished in this really lovely ceruse finish. Another favorite of mine here is the Wellington chair being shown here at this market in this very handsome stained finish, bit of a distressing here, this fun finial, horse head detail. We have a lot of equestrian loving design fans, both homeowners and reps who love the equestrian lifestyle. And we're speaking to that. I think this chair and this really fun hide is just so sexy and unusual and different. Here in this space, in our family room, we have here, this is a brand new sofa that we love with this really spectacular rolled arm. This is the Charlie sofa, named after my dog. And again, handsome, elegant, understated with a beautiful tapered leg. It's flanked by two of our brand new Maitland-Smith side tables. These are named the Ericas. These are the Sophia swivel chairs. These are also brand new to market. Again, just a fun contemporary frame, very elegant silhouette, very clean, very modern. More introductions. This is a really handsome new desk chair that we are debuting for the very first time here at High Point Market, based upon the Doxon and Claiborne chair silhouettes. They've been so popular, so we wanted to kind of take that same concept and convert it into a desk chair. So here you have the brass horse finials, very elegant, and a super chic and sleek silhouette. This is the Adams sofa, shown for the very first time ever in this kind of gator skin hide. I just think that's just so fun to see this Chesterfield design upholstered in this very fun kind of chocolatey skin motif. So here in the parlor, we have a number of new introductions, as well as a combination of returning favorites. The Flossie sofa, named after my grandmother, is back in this really pretty pearly blue leather finish. The Danmar coffee ottoman here in front. And of course, we have the John Carlos and the Eugene flanking there in front of the windows. This is another new introduction this market, the Josephine dining table. Check out this double pedestal base, which features a multitude of architectural motifs. You have the fluting there, the timbre element, you have the faceted element, and a really spectacular brass trim detail. And then here in the principal bedroom, we have a real medley of new introductions pretty much everywhere. Let's start with the foundational element, the anchor of the room. This is the Winchester. This bed we designed for a client actually with a family in France, and the design was so successful we thought we'd take that same concept and configure it differently from the Maitland-Smith collection. So we're introducing it here in this really beautiful creamy antique white finish with brass details all over. Again, it's kind of empirical as far as the design, but very fresh and elegant. We have a brand new collection of fabrics coming out with Cravat and wallpaper, jumping out in January of 26. The Foyer, when you first walk in, gives you a bit of a sneak peek at that wall covering from the Cravat collection. So I think just seeing all of it living together under one roof is a lot of fun.